I hope you're all excited, spending time with family and friends, enjoying Thanksgiving and all that it has to offer, from the football games to the food to the inevitable political discussion that's going to happen at the table this year. If it does happen, just get up, walk away. It's just best to walk away, leave in peace. Anyway, what you might be able to talk about is this YouTube video, because what I'd like to do is talk about the history of Thanksgiving. Without further ado, I give you a brief history of Thanksgiving. His name is Pedro Menendez de Aviles, and he managed to sail all the way to Florida without dying. Back in the 16th century, that was huge. In 1565, he met a tribe of Native Americans known as the Timiqua. As a celebration for making it alive, he decided to celebrate with these awesome Native Americans. Fast forward to the year 1619, that's when the English actually decided they wanted to celebrate as well. They made it to the James River, and because they made it and survived, they decided that they were going to celebrate with a day of Thanksgiving to the Almighty God. So that's what they did. But the story of Thanksgiving really starts to take shape in the year 1621. In the year 1621, that's when the Pilgrims finally decided that they were going to get off their boat, the Mayflower. They decided that they were finally going to explore what they called the New World. I don't think anyone had any idea where they were. The Pilgrims decided they were finally going to get off the boat and explore after half their crew had already died of different diseases. They were dying in mass, so they said, you know what, let's take our chances with getting off the boat and actually exploring this place. And basically they ran into a few different native tribes, the first being the Abenaki, who then introduced them to the Pawtuxet. And one of the members of the Pawtuxet is a pretty well-known Native American by the name of Squanto. These Native Americans had made previous connections with the Europeans. They had been kidnapped, which was apparently either a custom or a sport for the Europeans to kidnap natives to find out and learn more about them. But basically, it was an advantage to those natives because they were able to learn English and some of the other languages and use that as a bartering tool. And as you can see by this roughly put together map, there were many native tribes in this area, one of the biggest being the Wampanoag, or the Wampanoag tribe. And Squanto was basically able to help the Pilgrims make a truce with the Wampanoag tribe, as well as basically teach them how to survive. Squanto basically gave the Pilgrims a How to Survive North America 101 class. He pretty much taught them how to grow corn, different fishing techniques, how to extract maple from trees, and generally just how not to be complete and mindless numbnuts when it came to Native American relations. Eventually, it would come to pass that in the fall of 1621, this man by the name of Edward Winslow, I call him Steady Eddie, he was able to figure out, hey, we got a crop of corn here. We're actually doing this. We're actually surviving in this new world. So they had a whole lot of food. And as was custom back in Europe, whenever you had a whole bunch of food, you would celebrate. So they said, why not celebrate? Enter the governor at the time, my man Billy Bradford. He basically said, yeah, let's have a feast. And let's invite over our wonderful Native American friends so that they know we'd like to keep things kosher between all of us. Of course, as we all know, those truces would soon go down the drain. So that's how it happened. The Pilgrims were like, yeah, we made some corn. Let's have a huge party up in here because we got food and we're going to eat it all right now and not care about the future. It was basically the very first YOLO. They invited the Wampanoag tribe. The Wampanoag tribe pretty much brought all the rest of the food. They brought deer, they brought cod, they brought bass. The Pilgrims did bring some food. They brought waterfowl, so probably ducks. They found some wild turkey, so they brought that as well. And then there were other things like barley, wild berries, chestnuts, and squash. You name it. That's literally all they had at the time. Basically had to go out, hunt, kill, forage for all that stuff. Now all you need to do is go to the local Walmart or the Piggly Wiggly, the Meijer, whatever the food store is, and you can find it all in one place. I'm so glad I live in the time that I live today. Can't wait till I live 200 years into the future so that I can just think of the food I want and some 3D replicator just creates it. Do you know how easy Thanksgiving is going to be in the future? It's going to be so easy. I can't wait. So anyway, that is how the first Thanksgiving came to be. Thanksgiving really didn't take off in America or at least in the colonies, as much as people really thought it would. It wasn't until our man George Washington, the first president of the United States, decided to institute the celebration of Thanksgiving throughout all of the lovely colonies. And it was mainly as a celebration for having defeated the British in the Revolutionary War. Because what better way to celebrate whooping your enemies than to have a great feast? And even then, even after the Revolutionary War of 1789 and the Feast of Thanks for kicking butt and taking names passed, it really still didn't catch on. Fast forward again to the year 1827, and we have here Sarah Josepha Hale, and she went on a campaign to make Thanksgiving great again in America. And even then, it still really wasn't taken care of. It wasn't until this man, Abraham Lincoln, took heed to her words and also wanted to celebrate the butt-kicking of separatists in the South after the end of the Civil War. And Abraham Lincoln was like, oh, we should probably celebrate in the year 1863 when he decided, hey, let's have this feast again because we won, so let's all eat. Thanksgiving became a mainstay in America because of wars that we won, the Revolutionary War and the Civil War. That's pretty much it. There is no better way to celebrate the butt-kicking of your enemies than with a nice grand feast. Victory sure tastes delicious, doesn't it? So hopefully that gave you a nice brief history of Thanksgiving. If there was anything wrong historically with this video, please let me know. I am no historian. I just thought it was interesting. So hope you did too. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. All right, so thanks. I'll see you all later. Peace. 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 Adios.